just arrived. The new, recently released Veenix V11Pro drone. A step up from the original V11. This is straight out of the box. It comes with 2 batteries. Showed up, this one's 50%. We're putting the app on there. We're gonna go out and give it a test run before we do a full power review and show up. So he's working on the app, and then we will really see what this thing's capable of. It's 8K photos, 4K in a video, whereas the V11, if I'm not mistaken, was 1080p. As with all drones of this size, you are semi-required or probably required to do the FFA thing, because this thing will go so far and so gone. 6 kilometer video transmission quadcopter.
6 kilometer?
Yes.
Kilometer, how many miles is that?
I don't know. Nobody knows that math these days. But yeah, it is 8K photos. It's big, and it's beefy, and it's round. 4K 30 FPS directly to your SD card, so it does have an SD card. 80-minute flight time, it takes 2 batteries, both providing 40 minutes of time.
3.7 miles.
3.7 miles. The last one, we flew a mile flawlessly until our battery started dying, and then we had to. The 11, I think we did.
Here,
so here's this one in the hand. And there's our flight instructor. He's got the, let's see what the app looks like. Looks like an app, cool. We have done all the FFA approval stuff back with the original drone, the Mavic. Which was the Mavic? That was DJI?
Yeah, DJI.
Yeah, that one sank in a river because somebody didn't know how to fly it too well. Yeah, that was me. As with all drones, you need to pull out the little toggle switches. And where are they? They're on the bottom of it, right?
They're right there.
They're right there. So you just take them off and you'll screw them right to the top. You can't overscrew it and you can't break them, so don't do that. And now we're searching through the Wi-Fi to figure out which one we're going to use. Press what and hold? Okay, you press the power button and hold, and then it starts connecting to your Wi-Fi. That was the situation we were having. We eventually cracked open this little paper magazine with how to do this. Good light. So we'll do this again in the daylight. I open that up. Let's get the card out. So the video, or the clip here in a minute, will be, where did I put the card? Did I take all that out? Oh, there it is. All right, so put the SD card in there and let's get situated. All right, where'd you put the card?
Right there.
Yeah, that's probably not the best place for it, but it works. So you remove the cover off the gimbal camera, and we're gonna see if it flies, like for real flies. It's supposedly the best of the best they have out right now. The last one was really good, but the camera quality was not very good. We've got semi-clear skies today, so we're gonna give it a shot. You saw how I got the app, so the app's on there. So you ready? All right, hold the power button down and it powers on, makes a series of beeps. Over here it says it's connecting. Then it did a double beep. It is connected. So now we can simply mount the phone on the remote and let it go because it believes it can fly. All right, we're on the Veenix app. You gotta roll through it. He said it's not waterproof. Well, I guarantee you one thing, DJI is not either. I put one on a lake. And
we never got it out, so we don't know that.
No, I got it out. I went back and got it, remember?
Like 18 years later.
Yeah, a few months later. So it's ready, huh? That was a stink bug. I can't believe that freaked you out. Alright. If you don't know how to do this, you get somebody young to do it, like I did. So it's in. All right, so here we go. The moment of the truth.
You have to calibrate it.
Calibrating.
Turn, like, pick it up a little bit and rotate it 2 or 3 times.
Oh, like this, right? So this calibrates it. I remember doing this.
No, vertical. Like, no, like flip it up, yeah.
Oh, flip it like that?
Turn it like this.
Oh, like this.
But lower, yeah.
Why can't I just throw it in the air and let it... Is it calibrated?
No.
What am I doing wrong here?
You gotta turn it all the way around.
I only got one hand. Okay, hang on. All right, I had to actually pick it up and turn it all the way around with 2 hands. But that's
delete
fine.
all contents from the SD.
Yeah, delete all contents from the SD card. It formats it, and anytime you use anything, like another anything that uses an SD card, I always format it with the item you're using.
All right.
All right, here we go. Let's see if she rolls. Take it over the ponds. That way. All right, it's going over the ponds. Dog's freaking out. Oh yeah, come look at the dog. But go low. Can you go low?
Hold on.
What's wrong?
When you put it on a beginner mode, you gotta take off.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're not a beginner.
Like, it stops it.
Oh, it gave you a limit? All right, he took it off beginner mode. Now he's jamming. Is it recording? Does it record all the time? You got to turn on record.
No, I have to do it once.
All right, turn on record and let's see. Is it still, are you flying it or is it just sitting there?
I am now.
Let's see what it's looking like. It's hard to tell. All I see is your face in there. Okay, go ahead. All right, bring it back and bring it down low over the pond. Man, don't hook it in the trees. You see where you are? It is gone. Can you tell exactly where you are? You're freaking me out. Go up.
Oh yeah, it's toast.
It's what? I don't know if y'all can still see it. It's... Oh, okay, let me see what you're seeing. Huh?
I lost connection.
You lost connection?
Well, I did a second ago.
Bring it back. Is that our ponds? Take it down low, real low. I don't know, I can't really see what that is. I know. Let's bring it down low and get it to where you can see it. There you go, yeah, or just keep the camera down, that's better. All right, you got trees. Yeah, like you're about to get in the trees. No, let go. Okay, you're on this side of the trees. I didn't know that.
I can see what I'm doing with this.
Oh no, I can't do that. You gotta have, I'll bring her down low and come back into us. Or click the home button, see if it'll just come back.
I should do it while I was over there. That was kind of lame.
Well, that's okay. Put the camera down. You can. She does not like the drone. At all. So now it's coming home. He pushed the home button.
Oh, I don't think that's home. I think that's on top of our heads.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's definitely. Can you just bring it back down and sit it down? Oh, you are.
No, it's doing that.
Are you in control or is it doing it?
No, it's doing it.
Can you stop it so it don't land on the...
Yeah, but let's see if it moves itself.
No, it's going to the rock. She is not excited about this. No. All right. Oh, I got nervous. She does not like that. No. Good girl.
Because I went behind the fence.
We're gonna get a little distance and see how far to go. All right, we're gonna see how far to
go to the tower?
Yes, if you can go to the tower.
I can't.
Huh?
No way I can.
It ought to be able to. The tower over there is 1 mile.
How far does it go?
I don't know, but it should give us a warning, right? And say phone home or whatever it does.
We said 3 miles, I think.
3 miles. All right, I'm gonna get closer. It doesn't see you. Yeah, you can't see it.
Can't see
You'll have to see the video when it comes back. So we're gonna see how far to go. I don't know if y'all can still see. We're thinking we lost service when he went behind the trees, because I know that any barrier between it and us or the remote, especially a moist barrier, will cause it to lose signal.
Is there fish in there?
Yeah, there's fish in there.
Who owns it?
Hold it up straight. Yeah. Cool. I can't see. I don't see the drone anymore. This is the part where I start getting nervous. Oh, I do see it. It's on the whitest cloud. We're jamming. We just rolled past something, I don't know. She's the happiest girl. In the whole inside. Shine on the sun, walk with me, run it through. Oh, she's tired. She gets all nasty because she gets in the creek. We are nearing 3,000 feet difference. You remember, you're not supposed to fly over other people's property or roads. We are still on our property, so we're cruising here. We did return to home, so it should come home all by itself now. From how many feet away are we?
Gosh, 3,500.
3,500 feet. That's about right. It's about the edge of the property anyway, so
I'm not even.
Doesn't matter.
The controller's not even in my hands.
all right. The controller
Lost half the battery though.
is no longer in his hands, and he's lost half the battery. That's a little better view. You can kind of get a little bit of angle, but it tells you your height, distance, sport mode. It tells you like what you had for breakfast, dinner, and what your sugar level is. And I'll be back in a minute. So we got about 3,500 feet away and started losing signal, and it started glitching, and it's at that point I don't want to take any chances because it's so expensive. Now compared to the DJI Mavic Mini, we flew it
All the way.
a whole lot further than that, well past a mile, with absolutely no problems. Oh, we need it back right now to talk to the birds.
Dang.
We still haven't touched it, and I knew I heard it, but I couldn't see it. There it is, straight above us. Why in the world is it so high?
That's how high I had it.
Where's all those birds? Oh, so it comes back at the height it is, and then drops. So this will be the end of the drone video, but I want to see. This is where the dog goes in panic mode. Watch.
This takes forever, by the way.
She's gonna run.
Why dog is taller?
Her ear is moving. It's coming, it's trying to come straight down.
Oh, there's one more in front.
There's birds, I mean.
Oh, look. Should I chase her with it?
No.
Yeah.
No, don't do that. It's, for some reason,
It's nowhere near.
not going down where it's supposed to go.
You want to try to go to that plane up there? The plane?
No, I want to see if it comes down a little bit, then goes over there and lands. Can you get the remote in your hand in case it does something crazy? No. 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 Oh my goodness. Well, there it is. So there it is, the V11Pro Veenix, capturing your happy moments from above. My recommendation is don't do it with one of these in the yard. All right, let's go do something else. Well, I just got here. I'm a hairball frustrated. I'm a slight bit bent because it was so bright when I started out, and now the sun is behind the clouds, which means everything you see is going to be a little sketch. So we're going that way. So far it's a barely walker getting in. But there's a piece of glass. You're so honest. Here's a lion who's no longer with us. What is this thing? Look at the eyeballs. Huge. Maybe that's costume jewelry. Look at that big old thing in here. Okay, now let's focus and pay attention. If this is the first time you're joining me on my adventures, I'm looking for anything and everything in City Creeks. I just saw a tiny head poke out of that hole, and now that I see that yellow jacket right there, I'm having second thoughts. I am having second thoughts. There's another one. The tiny head belonged to a yellow jacket. That bank is full of yellow jackets. We will not get any closer. We will go this way. I'm hoping the sun pops back out over the head on the shoulders so we can really get an idea what's in here. What I don't want to do, see, now I'm wondering, are these really natural to this creek, or did someone order them, eat them, and throw them in here? They are freshwater mussels. They are not, what's the word for the other stuff that people eat and they suck the slime out of it? Nobody wants to remember that word because it's such a nasty thing. People really do that though. Okay, we got to get that way without stirring up a bunch of mud. What drew me to this creek was a map. It's an old map, but it still works. And then I stopped. Oh, the map. You want the name of the map? Google. And it brought me here. And it said go downstream. And there's a lot of bricks in here, which is a good sign. And what I don't want to do is get bit by something that I do not see. Whether it be a yellow jacket or anything else with a jacket on. I had a frog jump off the bank a little while ago and flew right in front of the face that's on the front of my head and kind of give me a little stir for the moment. But it's okay, even though it slightly startled me. It raised my heart rate. And as I've said before, an elevated heart rate is considered exercise, right? See, there's a bigger brick. That could possibly say something. So I'm looking for old anything that ties back to this town. I'm believing in those freshwater shells. Well, I started to say I believe they were thrown in here, but there's another one. I just don't see how those could have lived in here. So there's about 5 that I've seen. Now if there's none, I'm hoping this spills into a larger bow down here, and we'll see. A bow is a BOW, body of water, for those not in the liquidation business. If you're into liquidating, you'll understand. But look at that rock. There's a lot of long, skinny rocks. Uh-oh. Oh, we are there. Let's go. Although there are a lot of raccoons in here. But still, where would they get such giant freshwater mussels? This is where I wanted to end up, but I'm not sure if it's walkable upstream or downstream. I'll let me decide in a minute. There's another one. You know, maybe they are. I don't know. I'm still not convinced. They're really big. Like really big. So the truth will be found out when we get in this. Man, I thought I could get down there. I cannot. We'll go the way of the raccoon. I really don't want to climb through all that either. It's not all about you, dude. Well, I know, but just, you get in a spot like this and you start shaking and you freak out the closest snake, venomous or not, and it falls on you. And you don't know it for a few split seconds what it is, other than it's a snake that just fell on your head. And then you use some muscles that you did not realize you had anymore. They're freshwater mussels, because you're a freshwater dude, but and do that. But this is an inner city creek, not quite as nasty as the ones we've been in before, but enough sand and silt and everything that there is a slight, chances are elevated, you will run into a long giant lizard. I'm kind of hoping we don't. They say they're pretty fast, and I'm not so fast anymore. But there's not enough deep water here or anything to eat, so I don't anticipate running into any. So in this creek, since there does not appear to be a substantial amount of town runoff garbage, we will focus on arrowheads, if they could even possibly survive in here. Possibly a shark tooth or 2, or an alligator tooth or 3. There's a little more sun right here. Here comes the sun. Doo -doo -doo -doo. So let's keep going this way. And let's look ever so slightly up here. I hate turning the camera off when you say you're going to look for arrowheads, because when you turn it right back on and you have one in your hand, everybody goes, oh, dude, you planted that. So I'm going to leave it on until I get tired of hearing myself talk to you. Well, that's never really happened. Until it does. Looks like we can make it pretty far. So I'm gonna give you an idea of what we're dealing with here. We're dealing with a little bit of this, quartz, a little bit of that, a little bit of that, and a little bit of that. As you can tell, the only name of a rock I know is quartz. That's why I emphasize it as I say it. So in the beginning you think, wow, this guy knows his rock. Well, I'm not a rockologist, but I know that's the doctor to make sure that everything's flowing in your body. Just trying to figure out what stirred up the animals. So if there's going to be an arrowhead here, or a point of any sort, any kind of Indian artifact, that's going to be mangled and dangled in the Star Spangled Banner. There are some mighty fine skipping stones up here. Nothing spectacular back there, so we will look around here. There's gotta be one, right? Oh, that's so deep. That means I've gotta walk across this green, slick, dirty, near dead log. I'm gonna try it with the camera on. I'm not the best log walker, I'll admit it. It gets real bad when pieces come off, but as long as I stay near enough to the sand to jump back, I feel semi-safe, like a semi-parasitic organism, or a piece of semi-chocolate. I did it. I'm not at all a fan of heights. I couldn't even watch that show or movie called Wuthering Heights because it kept me so nervous. We found a whole bottle. Most likely the only one on earth in here. Because how could a bottle last? It's an old RC bottle. And the only thing I want to know, does it say anything on the bottom? No! There's where the RC went on that diamond right there. I don't know if you can get a glimpse of that or not. We shall harvest that. There should be 8 arrowheads right here. I think somebody moved them. So let's go over here. You know, in this area before, my bride found one. Not on, it may be the same creek, but many moons uphill or many moons downhill, I'm not sure. That's a little thick to be new. Dr. Pepper. I guess a half a pepper is better than no pepper at all. I'm making a pile back there because I do not have my man purse, because I did not anticipate finding anything bigger than I would possibly sit in the pockets that are on my trousers. Short trousers, if you will. There's not a lot of life in here. I've seen a few minnows. I have not seen any crawfish, snakes, or anything like that. I think we'll look around for the big and obvious, so you're not constantly staring at the ground. I know that hurts your neck, and I don't want you to have to deal with that. But I am interested in bottles now. I'm not a bottle guy, because you can buy any bottle you want to anywhere. You can buy any Civil War artifact or relic that you want to, but it's fun finding that stuff. Somebody out in the woods is using a blower. Yeah, there's an old perfume bottle. Surprising that it has made it this long with the lid on it and perfume in it. Perfume or cologne. Look at that. It smells like Teen Spirit. I think we should harvest. This may have to go in the pocket. I'm just getting my thigh wet. Oh, it's a brass top. Okay, that's pretty cool. We should harvest. So let's continue our journey and sojourn a little further. I watched a movie last night, my bride, called Farha. F-A-R-H-A. It's about the British/Israeli invasion on the Palestinians. And I watched it because I want to know, look at that piece of drifting wood. Boy, you could carve a beautiful snake out of that, couldn't you? I couldn't. Because I wanted to learn more. I met a young lady from Palestine, who obviously cannot go home, and a young fella from Morocco, both fluent in Arabic, both Muslim. Muslim is someone who practices Islam. Islam is a religion. Muslim is the, I don't think that's ethnicity, I don't know the word, maybe it's just like people who follow Christ or Christians. Anyway, haven't got that figured out yet, but so I wanted to know a whole lot, and we're gonna meet again and talk. But anyway, interesting movie. So you watch one from a Palestinian point of view, then you go back and you watch another one from an Israeli point of view, then you go back and you watch one from a British point of view. Next thing you know, you've got differing opinions on everything, just like with the Civil War. The loser, as I was told by a good friend of mine, a tree doctor, history seems to always be told, I forget how you put it, let me get it right. The loser tells it differently every time. Obviously. Now that was an old bottle. It still is. So anything that may have survived maybe was washed up here. There haven't been arrowheads that floated, I think, since about 1100. So you're not gonna find that anymore. So what I had always understood, biblically, the Israelites never had their own land, and they went and they traveled and they roamed 400 years, and then they roamed 40 years at one time, and they, what is that? That is a cap. Until they finally, okay, look at that white one. Too big. But I had also known that the Palestinians had never had a land to call their own, because their land was taken and they were moved out, and now they're spread out everywhere intentionally, according to what I've read. So the Israelites can maintain control, and they cannot get enough unity to attack. There's a lot of movies out there about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, the history of it and all that. And like I said, it's told different by everyone. The truth boils down to greed. Because no longer, in my mind, and I may be wrong, so don't get all bent out of shape and go keyboard wacko on me. Hang on, I'm crawling under all this. I gotta breathe hard to get under it. Ugh, I'm always afraid spiders are gonna get on me. Alright, this is getting to be a little too much sand for my liking. My lichens don't like sand. They tend to let go, fall off. That's a beautiful creek, isn't it? But like, there's another one. Look at how square it is. The other one was square too. Isn't that interesting? Come with me now. But as I said before, I'm not a rockologist. Dude, you should put that rock back where you found it. You're gonna mess up the ecosystem. Sorry. So, let's go around in here. Here's the problem. You'll get over there and you'll sink up to the knee bone, then the hip bone. Oh, okay, we won't go any further. We're gonna have to do a rock search back here. I wanna get around there. That is one most serious cowitch vine, and that's the only word I know it by. Maybe it's wisteria. I don't know if that's wisteria or cowitch. It's kind of two different things. They both are a vine, which means those who have allergies to poison ivy or cowitch can get it from wisteria too, or regular ivy, because it's a vine too. You can Google that if you want to. You don't have to. I mean, you're all grown up sitting there watching a computer. So I'm learning. I want to meet with them. We've already discussed many things about the end, how it ends, the different levels of Islam and paradise. Ooh, you know what that is? If you know what that is, I'll be ever so impressed. Just clean it up. Dude, you just messed up the ecosystem. I'm going back to get it, man. I don't have a boat that don't float. What do you think that is? Cool, huh? Anyway, what it boils down to is a works-based salvation as opposed to a grace through faith salvation on Christ alone. But there's no buts. That's the end of the story. But I like them and I care about them, and they want to meet again and talk. So we will. Now I want to find the arrowed head that needs to be in the pocket. Those could make some beautiful ones, wouldn't they? They'd be almost translucent. So you wonder, how does that survive? Let's clean it. Oh, it does have words upon it. Made in China. I'm kidding. What does it say? Goat? Nobody knows what that says. We need to take it over here to the sandblaster and really polish it up. We need to put a little sand inside, let a little water out, and do that. Then maybe I can read it underwater. Maybe I cannot. Contents: 1/2 pint Susan Leon's liquid. Leave on sales cartoon buildings in town. 1/2 pint. Oh, I don't want to carry that bottle out of here, but my bride would think it's ever so adorable. So I might. It is not a deer glass. It is just, it is deer glass. Dude, you know how to read? I do know how to read. I found a big word. What we need to do is get upstream pretty far and see where the bottles are washing out, because they're washing out from somewhere. If you were going to sift far tipped facts, you would do it right here. All that quartz in the water, there'll be some gold right there, boy. That's what I've been told. But I had a pan. If I had a can, I would pan. There is a lot of quartz in here. It's making me think second about it all. I mean, twice. So I wonder if we could get upstream around. I gotta cross that log again. We'll cross that log when we come to it. This is all 1960 stuff. This appears to be a mustard. What was in that? Do you remember that? Your grandmother had one on the shelf and she said, honey, get down that jar of mustard. And you said, okay, Grandma. It was a little jarring, but I got through it. That is a compression coupling. That applies to Dickie, a compression coupling. There's some fine work. Fine work. Sorry, that was my inner Andy Griffith. My IAG, if you will. So we'll keep looking. That's some mighty fine work, Opie. It's glass. There's one minnow that actually looks like a miniature, because there is no CH in the word miniature. Red-eye bass. So we'll just walk up through here, see if we have missed anything before we decide to head upstream. There's footprints. Oh, that's mine. Isn't it neat out here? that appears to be what's in mini creeks. What do you think that is? I'll tell you what that is. That is a safe. It's smashing my fingers as I make an attempt. Isn't it crazy? I knew what it was. This thing keeps smashing the daylights out of my hand. Of course there's nothing in it, but it makes me wonder. I can't get it out, it's so heavy. Oh, wowza. Okay, there's nothing in it but sand. So that was living in there. They are this big in this creek. Check it out. Going back under there and filter. Why are you floating? They're not supposed to float. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. Why is it floating? Oh, it's empty. Oh, it might have gotten there and got stuck, and it couldn't get out to get a drink. I can't move it anymore. This is actually a beautiful town. Listen, you can hear the church bells going off. They go off here every quarter hour. That is a big brick and it says something. No, how does that thing say graves on it? I've got so many of those. I can't stand it. I gotta wash it off and make sure that's all it says. I knew it was a graves when I saw that joker. What else does it say? Graves Chemical. Okay, that's a lot older one. Some say Graves Chemical Company, Birmingham. Some say Graves Chemical, Beham, Allah, which is what this says. I'm carrying this brick out. Only problem is I gotta carry it over the balancing log. So what we'll do is we'll carry it and we'll throw it onto the beach on the other side and we'll come back. I can't believe this brick's here. I'm not in Birmingham. Oh, I hear dogs. I need this brick to go all the way over there. Okay, we'll go with that. Okay, I gotta get back across this without a camera. Some kind of crazy animals coming through. I felt like I was pushing it, showing off, walking across the creek, and I didn't want to have a situation. Look how big those bricks are. I've got a few. I don't have one that has it written like that with a border. I don't know. Oh my gosh, I got it in the sand again. I don't know what the difference is. Is engraved means it's carved in, and embossed means it's the letters are poking out. Shit, I mean, those letters are pushed in like they're engraved. This is a heavy brick. It's wet too, so it makes it heavier. There's our exit wound right there. That's where we will leave. And this is where we started when we came in. I've got so much stuff. I gotta go back and get a few things. So what we found is that. This is just what's in the pockets. That. Probably send this to Uncle Martin. His bride contacted me and said he's getting a little ripe, so we'll get him that too. We're gonna stop there because I gotta haul this back up through there. And if we can make it to the other side on a different route, we'll try it because that's where everything's coming from. So thanks for watching my videos. If you haven't subscribed, take a minute and do that. If you're subscribed and you decide you hate me, take a minute and unsubscribe. But before you go anywhere, there's a brick. Thanks for watching my video.